Thanks to the ease of internet, most of us are wasting their time on our phones. You wake up, you probably have a routine or a plan to how you want your day to be. You start your day and you get a little bit of an urge to check your phone and go through your phone. You tell them, no, I'm not gonna use my phone. I'm not falling for that. And you avoid that and you go to your work first thing in the morning. You feel excellent. You complete the first task of the day, you feel perfect. And then you move on to the second one, you complete it. You feel even better. By task 3 or 4, you feel a little bit exhausted. Not exhausted, but like, a little bit worked up. You're starting to make a few mistakes here and there. Like, for example, you probably started to overthink while you were reading a book, which made you angry. Because of that anger, you weren't able to focus on reading. But you calm yourself down, you're like, calm down. And you start focusing on reading again. You probably still feel bad about the mistake you made, but you're like, whatever, let's move on. Now your edges are getting stronger. You're getting thoughts like, we should like scroll Instagram for like 5 minutes. We should eat that unhealthy food that we always eat. And it starts to give you excuses like, oh no, you know what, we'll just have one bite, nothing else. Eventually you give up. You're like, I won't eat more than one bite. And then you have that first bite, and then you feel like you're in heaven. You start to ask yourself, why was I resisting this thing? This is literally perfection. I feel awesome. Why was I resisting it? And then you go and have 2 more, and eventually it hits you. Fuck, I messed up. I hate myself. Why the fuck did I mess up? Why did I do that? And then you think to yourself. Then you're like, fuck it, I'll go all in. Then you have more and more and more and more and more and more. And then you start to feel numb. Start getting numb from that food that you were just eating, which drives you insane. You're like, I want that high. Why am I not getting that high again? I want that high. I would do anything. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat that really unhealthy food, which is gonna give me that high. Go and buy that unhealthy thing. You eat it, and you get 50% of the pleasure that you would usually get from eating it. But you're like, whatever. And eventually you give up. You realize you won't get that same pleasure from food, so you switch on to your other bad habits. But after you switch on to your other bad habit, the pleasure starts to go down again. Eventually you start to feel disgusted with yourself. You feel disgusted with yourself. You feel even worse about yourself. You're like, why did I do that? Why? And remember earlier when I said, when you have that first bite, you ask yourself, why was I resisting this? This is literally perfection. Why was I telling myself not to eat it? You finally get your answer to why you were resisting this, why you were trying not to eat it.